Hi everyone, I'm Ivan Šuković, I'm a visual artist from Montenegro. Here I am, and I would like to introduce you to Art Meets Science. Art Meets Science is a project designed and supported by RePeople. RePeople is an organization actually Center for Society and Technology from Belgrade. And 3 years ago we started with the Art Meets Science project. What I want to say, first of all, I would like to greet the organizers, thank them and congratulate them. I think that this festival is a great opportunity for all young artists, institutions, universities, and I think that it's like an open door for all future collaborations. Well, when we speak about Art Meets Science, Art Meets Science is the idea to, bridge the gap between art and science and to make collaboration at the same time between scientist and artist. So, it's the short movie about the exhibition. Now we realize exhibition will be Stwao, and that's the reason why we are here in Trbovlje. But before, I want to say that this project is realized in collaboration with Faculty of Media and Communications, with the Museum of Science, and Faculty of Mining and Geology. And the name of this exhibition was, as you can see, to be Stwao. So first of all, I would like to say once again something about Art Meets Science. Our project started 3 years ago with the project Some Other Spaces in collaboration with the Institute for Molecular Engineering from Belgrade, and the idea was to support some new research. At that time was idea about biopigments. So the exhibition was represented in Museum of Fine Art, Museum of Applied Art, and this year at Venice Biennale Montenegro Pavilion. This exhibition represented young artists, emerging artists, some of them are here, from Belgrade, from the University of Faculty of Media and Communication, and it was in a collaboration with the Museum of Science. As you can see, there's a few projects, and the concept of this exhibition, is related to our thoughts about phenomenon of identity through the memory of the space. So we have here some different dilemmas between art and science, and here we have some in theoretical as well as a formal aspect. This project tackles the issue of multimedia and make reference to some objects, spaces, photos, analog and digital media. Also, this project is very important for me, for example, as an independent artist, because it was the first AI experience, and I thought that for the first time I realized that independent artist is not a category, because for the first time you are in some collaborative project. You have some literature components, and you can, it's not the title. Your independency depending actually of AI. For the first time you use some source of literature from the beginning of 20th century, and that's important for you because later you can translate with some new meaning and means, and as a result we have this exhibition titled by To Beast Wow. Some of this work you can recognize here in this exhibition. This is Selena, and the concept of her project is, related to her thoughts about phenomenon of memory. She uses analog photos and try to translate it through some memory of the space, and it's the short description, maybe you can tell something about it later. But also what is important for this exhibition, that all artists started from themselves, that it was so introspective, that main content like literature from the beginning of 20th century was a good source for them, but later they continue through some objects, documents, archival materials, etc. And yeah, maybe that's the short description.
Maybe about open call? Or...
Yeah, this year at the end of November we will have open call for all our artists, because Art Meets Science will be open for institutions, for artists. We have a plan at the end of November to promote this festival with Andrei, and at the end also November in Palace of Science in Belgrade for the first time will be festival 3 days when we will promote also National Pavilion of Montenegro in collaboration with Institute for Molecular Engineering. Will be also promotion of you, will be promotion of smart materials which can recognize some cancer, which will recognize some cancer in a human being, and that's also new research in with the Institute for Genetics. So some of that project will have some new concept which can connect science and art, but also we will open call for all artists, institutions and universities, so you're more than welcome.
This is it.
Very shortly, that was my introduction. Thank you.
And now I talk about with art, technology and theory, new media. My name is Predrag Terzić. I'm professor at Faculty of Media Communication. And this is the something very interesting for our exhibition, Dubistvo, because if you think about AI, many people think AI is the like organism or the something, but very interesting how you have perspective about that. Perception is very interesting, because if you think about AI, this is like virus or something like sick, because all the time go to your organism and put like a virus in your body, because you always find freedom and liberty and autonomy. This is the problem for AI, because you have the folder for mathematics data in there, but if you think out of the box, you have the problems there. This is the first problem. This is another. If you think about algorithm, like life, and you all the time work like copy or paste, and you prepare for the circle, you don't up about your art, because this is the problem inside for the algorithm, not for the inside in the people. Another is ontology, because individuality is the problem, because if you see something and you prepare something creative, but you create in the software, not out the box. This is the third problems. This is the Joanna Zielinska. This is the Poland theoretician. Is the very interesting, because this is the critical problem with AI, how you thinking and how you prepare your artworks. And after that, this is the Barbara Guleva and Kanet Sola. This is the system, how you look your paintings in the modern era, how your eyes go to the painting, but in this artwork you delete the nature or paintings, how you see. This is interesting, because after 2018 and 2035, AI is not a tool. This is now is something different, because we have the problem with processor, and software, and how you go for the next speed for your algorithm, and how you prepare itself and your artworks for the next 5 or 10 years. For me, is very important on a Harvey Rosie Bredotti, because this is preparing for the posthuman, and how you delete human genius and prepare something after the human, like new relation. New relation I try to find with Joanna Zelinska, Benjamin Breton, and Yu Hui. If you look this sentence, the Joanna Zelinska talk about with critical problem in AI. Benjamin Breton prepared like stack. Stack is something like this. You have the linear system like that with 6 pieces: earth, cloud, city, address, interface, and users. How you prepare something. Because if you think about algorithm and how use in art, you don't have the horizontal, you don't have the vertical. You see 360-degree problems inside, because this is the problem with perspective. Like if you think about the movies you have the cadre. If you think about algorithm and the new perspective, you have prepared your view and perspective in 300 to 360 degree, because everything is important inside. This is the Benjamin Breton talk about that, and how you find the connection, like Deleuze and reason, and everybody is island, but you need the connection with island to content. Next problem is the Foucault. What is an author? Because if you, every time you learn with algorithm and AI, something you disappear there. This is your individual or your creative or something different, because if you think about AI like software, like tool, it is okay, but if you think about she, like in the movie, you have the problems. This is the problem. This is the ontology and instrumental problem. It is AI creativity or co-agent. Many people today work with AI like it is my, how you said, McLuhan, this is medium, is my messages, like that. This is my part of body. But if you think about creative, it is not the same. This is the artist example in the last 3 years. We don't see everything, but Lee Bihini is very interesting, because Lee Bihini worked with something new, like quantum computers with IBM and video games, and how learn algorithm in AI for the artist new work. This is the area for the Hini. This is 360 degree. Just a second.
Instead of particles, they call them qubits, subquantum bits, but essentially the underlying physics is math.
Okay, no, I stop there because Lini talk about with Ent is the work about the Hieronymus Bosch. This is like a garden, and when you stay inside, the work thinking about you, on your movies, on your move, on your body, how you change the process, and if you talk, and after that, the change the perspective and the change the moving image there. And for this work, Libby worked with IBM quantum computers, and is very interesting, but for the sound is the problem. The next is the microbial mindscapes. This is like problems with reason and how you understand connection in AI. This is the next problem. If you see AI original, what you mean inside the AI, and how you training data, and what's going on in data set. And the next problem is technology, because if you think about AI, 2018, 2025, we finished the era. Because we need to change processor and change the software, something new, and we have the three solutions: volumetrics, AI, VR, and interactive, like hologram. This is the next step, like bridge, because we have the problem with technology, because the speed is very slow, and after that. This is the next problem for the law, for the copyright, something like that, and how you prepare intellectual property. But if you work with AI, we don't know how catch this problem, because every country and every continent have the new resolution about AI. If you USA, Europe, China, or Russia. And And this is the how think about AI, like ecology, archive, and cosmotechnical entity, like Yukhui. Yukhui is very interesting because this is the books. Art and cosmotechnics prepare the new view about AI and technology, new media. Because if you grow up, the problem there, you have the same level put the nature, art, technology, and science. We all the time we have the economics, technical, and law like the first line, and after that we have the others. And this is the new view, and I think it's the good way, because this is like liberty for the AI and for the people who work in software and who work in art and science. And we have the three reflective question there. Because if you think about the AI, this is like a fever or the virus for many people, because I don't work with them. But if you want to learn something, you must prepare for the new era. This is like conversation with humans, machine, and the new world. This is very interesting because after the 2025, we have the new era because the change networks and copyright and identity. And I finished with Yukhui because maybe it's good to begin for the next step. If you have questions, please.
Questions? Okay, I have one. Where do you individually use AI or don't use it in your own practice? And what meaning or unmeaning does it have to each of you with your own work?
In my work, for the first time I started with AI last year. As I said before, it was the project Understanding the Land Interstitium. And I use AI to promote some new different era and do different materials through seals. So I use different part of land from Montenegro and send it to Institute for Molecular Engineering, and they produced pigments which I translated through AI. So at the end it was interesting because for the first time I put poetry in my objects. The idea of that project is related by phenomenon of borders, because in Montenegrin context we have a borderline like something which refers on conflict. In this project I translated in something which is how to say, opposite than conflict, and for the first time I use materials like pigments, and through AI I try to explain, for example, some colors from north of Montenegro or south of Montenegro. As a result, I received some poetry which was really interesting and for the first time involved in my work. That was the first time. Before that we curated this exhibition together, and as I said before, AI for me was more like a phenomenon, not like something which I can use in my practice, because archival material, post-memory is something which is more, how to say, which I more prefer in my projects. But this time it was interesting because for the first time we used something which is like poetry or literature from the very beginning of 20th century and translated through some new meaning. And for me what is interesting because I recognize that some young people without big experience resonate with AI in some different way than I already do it before.
For me, I first time work with AI in my VR work 2022. It is like preparing for the background. It is very interesting because the mix the text and go to the image, because this is the very early year for us. And I find very interesting models with 2D, not 3D. And I put it for my VR, preparing for the immersive. This is for me is very interesting because the perspective and the change moving images for me is the future in AI for the augmented reality, VR, XR, or the hologram. Because everything in the realistic area is boring for many people, for the children and for the new generation, because all the time you put the screen. It is the mobile, for the laptop or something else, the screen all the time. And I think because the Yuhu is very interesting because you preparing the parallel with nature and sound nature and the VR or the hologram, because you preparing the new realism, new reality, new world, because everybody escaped for our area. Yes, please.
When speaking about post-human identity or art production, I would say it depends really how you see the AI input into the end product, either just as a process that enables you to produce it, or you see the AI as a creator. But if we take a look at the databases that are the key point of making AI working as it is, it's more or less made with the data produced by humans. So do we really talk here about post-human?
Okay, thank you. It's a very interesting question. When I talk about post-human, don't the human is dead. It's not. This is the very very interesting because if you work with AI, this is like your tool, not the creation part. Because if you put something in data, you involve it with AI. But if you put the similar information into computers, sometimes you see the difference resultant. This is Catherine Malibu talk about it 2050, because in Silicon Valley, in the closed computers, because if we have everything is similar, but you computers the two different resultant. For me, AI is good for the medicine, for technology, for the people who have the problem without arms, legs like that. You have very good result of that. But for the creation, now it is not. But we prepare live with AI creation for very near year, and our work with artworks. This is the similar problem when we have with movies, because movies came in our life, everything, we lost the vertical. It's art is very high level, but if you saw the movies, everything is horizontal. Everybody talk about Brad Pitt, Angelina Jolie, something like that. But if you talk about Stellark, you have the problems. It's not a massive idea like that. And for the Posthuman, we prepare collaboration with art, man art, and AI, and something new, maybe mix with man and machine. Not like Blade Runner, is something similar. Thank you very much.